Hello and welcome to a flow-based Hatha yoga class filmed on the island of Mujeres in Quintana Roo. I invite you to take a moment sitting on your heels to connect within, relaxing your shoulders and placing your hands on the center of your chest, connecting with the heart, connecting with the highest self. Beginning to gently roll the neck, whichever direction, forward and backward, switching directions. Pausing in the center as you gently bring the hands to the back of the head, pulling the chin towards the chest. And looking up, extending the chin towards the sky. Bringing the right hand to the outside of the left as you gently pull your head to the right. And switching sides. I invite you to keep your eyes closed for this practice as it brings our attention inwards and releases the focus on the external world. Staying seated on your heels, we're going to take some spine stretches. So allow your hands to roll forward to the knees. Inhaling, looking up, and exhale, curling down. Inhale up and exhale down. This is a great exercise to awaken the energy in the spine coming from Kundalini. Really accentuating when you look up and curling all the way inwards. Pausing on the exhale, looking up, coming back to center. Checking in with yourself again here. Seeing how you feel as you fall forward into your first child's pose. We will be taking child's pose often throughout this class, and at any point that you feel you need to return to child's pose, know that you always can. On the next inhale, coming up to all fours, we're going to continue to awaken the spine with cat and cow. So on the inhale, looking up, and exhale, curling the belly button towards the spine. Inhale up, and exhale, curling towards the spine. Being sure to engage the entire back here, not just the lower back. Bringing the shoulders into it, as well as the hips. And on the last one, taking an extra second, bringing the knees wide and coming back into the second child's pose. This time the knees are wide, gently bringing the third eye towards the mat and allowing yourself again to check in and see where you're feeling at this moment. And on the next inhale, go ahead and walk the knees back and bring the chin to the mat for puppy pose. So the hips stay high up in the air and the chest is going to come down towards the mat. Doing your best to look forward, keeping the chin on the mat. Releasing on the next exhale and pressing back into downward facing dog. Taking a second in downward facing dog to pedal out each side. Noticing if there's any tension in the legs, in the back. Pressing deeply with the hands down into the mat and keeping the heels down on the floor. Coming forward to plank position, always working with your breath. On the next exhale, dropping down for chaturanga. Nice and slow as you come forward for upward facing dog. Bringing the shoulders down and the gaze up. Turning side to side. And on the exhale, pressing back into downward facing dog. And on the next inhale, bringing the right foot up for three-legged downward dog. And holding the legs strong here before you take a bend in the knee and allow the foot to drop to the outside of the opposite hip, allowing the weight of the leg to open up the hip. Returning back to center on the exhale, step that right foot to the outside of the hands. Staying up on the back toes, left hand comes to center and right arm opens up. Taking a gentle twist, looking up towards the right hand. And on the exhale, bring the back knee to the mat as you gently press the front knee to the outside of the mat. Noticing any tension here in the right hip flexor. And on the next exhale, bringing both forearms down to the mat and lift off that back knee off the mat again. Relaxing any tension in the neck here. If you can't bring both forearms to the mat, just use your hands. Taking an extra stretch here, we're going to reach the right arm over the left and press the knee out, the right knee out to the outside. Feeling the whole right side body stretch. Coming back to center, taking a couple of rolls here. You'll feel it in the left hip flexor of the straight leg. I like to roll my hips around and see where there's any tension before coming back up on an inhale. Pressing both feet back into a plank position. Holding plank. And then exhale, chaturanga, upward facing dog. And take a second to position yourself here properly. Checking in again, seeing where the tension lies in the body. Releasing any tension in the body. And on the exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. And on the next inhale, lifting the left leg, holding strong again with the left leg. And then taking a slight bend in the knee and allow the foot to open up the hip. So the weight of the leg opens up the hip. There's a gentle twist in the back. And on the exhale, left foot comes forward to the outside of the hands. Right hand comes to the center of the mat. And the left hand comes up, stacking the shoulders. Gaze is up towards the left hand. Pulling the belly button in. Feeling the strength in your arms. Exhale, back knee comes down, and left hand comes to the inside of the left knee as you gently press open. Feeling again any tension in the low back. Both hands coming back to center. Lifting the back knee off the mat. You can drop to the forearms here if it's accessible for you. Releasing any tension in the neck. And for an extra stretch, taking the left hand over the right as you stretch the entire left side body, allowing the left knee to also come out to the outside of the mat. And back to center. Again, rolling around in the hips, seeing if there's any tension in that hip flexor of the right leg. And on the inhale, extending the leg back, holding for plank, bringing the belly button in towards the spine, and exhale down for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Taking a moment here, feeling the tension if there is any. And then bring a wide knee stance to press it back again into child's pose. In child's pose, we press the third eye into the mat. And let's go ahead and clasp the hands behind the hips. And we're going to raise the hands up for a heart opening stretch. The hands are interlaced, the neck is relaxed. Twisting the hands side to side. Feeling into the body, seeing what it is that your body wants in this moment, taking micro movements to release any tension. Releasing the hands and coming back down to child's pose. And on the inhale, pressing up. And inhaling, coming up to a standing position. We can walk to the front of our mat. Taking a moment to check in with the body. Take a wide stance. Feel the connection to the ground, into the earth. Feeling your power. Understanding that everything is perfect in this moment, just as it's meant to be. We're going to go into some balancing poses now. So on the next inhale, lifting up the right leg and bringing the right leg to the inside of the left thigh for tree pose. If that's not accessible for you, the right leg can come to the calf. Finding balance here, extending the left leg down into the earth, feeling your center as you inhale and raise the hands up like a tree. Feeling the strength in this pose, bringing the hands back to center. Releasing the leg, but keep it up. So straightening the right leg out in front of you. Don't allow the foot to touch the ground, and hover the leg for a second, feeling the core. And then with your 2 fingers and thumbs of the right hand, grab the big toe of the right leg as you gently bring the right leg out to the right side. And then bending the foot, bringing the foot behind you. We're going to take a quad stretch before we go into the next pose. Reaching the left hand up forward, you're going to gently fold at the hips and press the right foot into the right hand. And then keeping the foot up, you can go ahead and release and fold forward down to the mat, finding your balance. Left hand stays on the mat, and the right arm is going to come and stack over the shoulders as you turn to the right side, stacking the hips. And exhale, release, folding forward. Perhaps you have a lot of wind where you are as well, making it extra fun and challenging. Releasing in the forward fold, release the neck, and again, see where the tension lies in the body. And on the next inhale, slowly rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time. Once you come to the top, roll your shoulders back for 3 big shoulder stretches. Preparing for the other side, so coming back to center. Left foot is going to come to the inside of the right thigh, or perhaps the calf. Finding your center, grounding the right foot down into the earth, bringing the hands together in prayer position. Feeling your strength here. Feeling the trust in the right leg. The trust in the earth and in the support that it's providing you. And on the inhale, bringing the hands up like a tree if that's accessible for you. And notice, bringing a smile to your face. Are you smiling inside? Bring that smile to the outside. Hands come back to center, and you can exhale and release the leg, but keep the leg off of the ground. Extending the left foot out in front of you, hovering, and then reaching for that left foot with the 2 fingers and thumb of the big toe. Bringing the left foot out to the left side. Relaxing any tension you have in the neck and the shoulders. Continuing to ground down through the right foot. Release the left. And grab the left foot for a quad stretch. And on the next exhale, reach the right arm up and fold forward at the waist. And gently press with the left foot into the left hand. Feeling the body elongate, the spine elongate. And exhale, bringing the right hand down to the floor as you stack the left hand over the right. Stack the left hip over the right. And exhale, bringing both feet down and hands down. Taking a couple of fluid movements here of the spine to see where the tension lies. Grabbing your elbows as you swing side to side. And gently on the inhale, rolling up, taking 3 big shoulder rolls backwards. And coming to a wide stance on your mat, go ahead and take a couple of hip circles to see where the hips are at. You want to align them with the center body. Hands come to your hips. And then on the exhale, you're going to keep the back straight as you gently fold forward, eventually releasing the head and the neck down towards the earth. Interlacing the hands behind you in the opposite way they were clasped before. And allow the hands to open up the chest as they fall down towards the earth. Noticing if you have any tension in the neck. Releasing the hands back. We're going to take a gentle twist here so the right hand comes to the outside of the left foot as we open up. And then walk the right hand towards the center and continue the twist. Left hand is stacked. And then opposite side, left hand comes to the outside of the right foot. And then to the center as you stack the right shoulder over the left. And exhale, coming back down towards the center again, taking those fluid movements of the spine. Checking in where the tension lies. Swaying side to side, holding the elbows. Taking any movements that feel right for you. Bringing the hands back to the hips. On the inhale, gently coming up. And then coming down into a wide squat. So making sure the knees don't go over the toes here as you sit back. Hands come into prayer position. And then we're going to raise the right heel and then the left heel. Side to side, right and left. Staying in the squat position. And on the next exhale, straightening the legs and folding forward. Walking the feet, heel and toe together towards the center. As you gently roll up, one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Again, checking in, where is there tension in the body? And coming to the top of your mat, we're going to take a seated position. So both feet extended out in front of you and bending the right leg. Right arm is going to come up towards the ear, folding forward, bringing the right arm around the right knee and reaching with the left hand to clasp around the back. If the clasp isn't possible, you can just keep both hands reaching for each other around the back as you gently fold forward with the head on the exhale. And on the inhale, coming up, releasing the right leg, gently bending the left leg. Left arm comes up, reaches around the left knee for the right hand behind the back. And exhale, folding forward. Noticing the difference in the sides, not judging, just noticing the difference. And on the exhale, release. Noticing any tension, again, in the shoulders, taking a second to roll out any tension. And taking a seated position, we're going to do some breath work that is really great for balancing. It's called Nadi Shodhana. Bringing your hands to the outsides of your knees, checking inwards. And then the right hand coming up, the two fingers are going to rest on the third eye. The thumb will cover the right nostril and the left finger will cover the left nostril. We're going to inhale first through the left, holding at the top, and then exhale through the right. Alternating inhale through the right, holding at the top, both nostrils closed, and exhale through the left. Continuing to work with your breath, inhaling through the side that you exhaled, and also holding both nostrils closed. At the top. This breath is great for balancing both masculine and feminine, balancing the yin and the yang within our bodies. It's a great breath work to practice in the morning as well, as it balances us for our day. Continuing at your own pace. And the next time you reach the left nostril, go ahead and exhale through the left side and release the hands to the knees as we take a seated Shavasana today. Bring both palms facing upwards, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the neck, relaxing the back. Take a moment to check in again, returning to the space that we started in this morning, in the beginning of the practice. Taking a couple of deep breaths down into the belly. Recognizing that everything is perfect just as it is in this moment. You are receiving all of the love, all of the medicine that you need in this moment. And bringing your hands to the center of your chest, taking a moment of gratitude for your practice. Thank you for joining me. I'm grateful that I'm able to share these practices with you. And thank you for bearing with me, as this was my first one I am sharing. They will get better with time. Namaste, and have a beautiful, beautiful day.